Welcome to the SOM Connect events training video. In this video, we'll talk about events on SOM Connect, where you can find relevant SOM alumni events for you and how you can use the tools of the site to narrow things down so you can find events you're especially interested in. And once you've selected an event you're interested in, how you can register for it. So I've navigated to the events tab on SOM Connect, and I can confirm this by seeing that there's this vibrant blue underline under the word events. If I want to come here from a different page on the site, I could just click on events. Now that I'm here, I can see some highlighted events at the top of the screen. These are events that the SOM Alumni Relations Office have tagged as being especially important and of relevance to the entire global alumni community. Scrolling down, we see a full list of upcoming events posted in SOM Connect. As we can see, there's 17 upcoming events, and this is a mixture of both in-person events and virtual events. So this community welcome event in Boston is an in-person event taking place on October 18th in Boston. And then this SOM exchange event is a virtual webinar that people could join from all around the globe, talking about starting with sustainability. It's a lot to take in all at once, though. So first, I'd like to show you a way to narrow it down to events happening in the next 30 days, which if we just click this tab at the top, it applies that filter, narrowing things down to 8 events. That makes it a bit more manageable to take things in. But there's a few other ways to narrow things down on the site. So on this right search for events bar, we can use tags that have been added to narrow things down. For example, I'm going to select this careers webinar tag, and that lets us come in here and look at all of the careers webinars hosted by the Career Development Office at the school, specifically for Yale SOM alumni in the platform. And I see right now that there's 4 planned out for October, 1 in November, another in December, and finally 1 in January. Just by looking at their titles, I can get a sense for what these events are. And if I wanted to learn more about one of them specifically, I could click on the event name here, and that would allow me to go in and look at the details. But before we do that on a specific event, we'll talk about one other way you might find an event. So let's see if there's an event happening in Mexico by searching for a specific location. So I type in Mexico and select it from the dropdown, and that's going to filter for events in Mexico naturally. You see that there's a community welcome event happening in Mexico City on the 26th. So let's click on this event page and learn a little bit more about it. Once we navigate to this page, we'll see a detailed description of the event, which will be helpful in us learning if it's something we're interested in attending. So that's here on the left. We also share helpful information like the location, if it's indoors or outdoors, and it looks like this one's going to be outdoors on a covered patio. So that's nice. Scrolling down, we can see the available tickets for the event and the cost. See that it's 10 for Yale SOM alumni and guests. And there's also a map. So if you're familiar with the city or location that an event is taking place in, this map might help you place it within that space. Scrolling up, we can see in this space on the screen, this right-hand side, a list of users who've already registered for the event. We see one person's registered for the Mexico City event already, and if I click on the thumbnail, I can see that it's Michaela Asher. If I wanted to, I could click on her name. It's hyperlinked. It'd take me to her directory page. I could learn more about her. But for now, I know I want to register for this community welcome event in Mexico City, so I'm going to click this register for the event button. When it takes me to the screen, because I'm already logged into the platform, it's going to be really helpful and remember me when I'm assigning tickets in a moment. But first, we're going to select the tickets that we'd like to purchase for this event. So here I can select if I want to bring guests or maybe just myself. For the sake of this example, I'm going to select 1 Yale SOM alumni ticket and 1 guest ticket. I'll plan to bring a guest. I'm going to hit proceed to registration. Again, because I'm logged into the platform, it knows some past history about me. So I'm going to assign the Yale SOM alumni ticket to myself, and it populates this info on name, first and last, email address, etc. I'll type in, just for the sake of the example, year and degree type. And then because I've already registered for an event on SOM Connect in the past with a guest, it remembers the guest I might want to bring. So I'm going to select Miller here. And add him as my guest, and it pulls in his past information that I've added to the site. So that's pretty helpful. But again, only available to users who are logged in and have used the site before. Once I've assigned my tickets, I can proceed to billing information. When I get to this screen, I'm going to add a billing address, which will be useful on the next screen when I'm processing payment for these tickets. So I'll quickly throw in some info in the required fields. And then we can move along to the payment site by scrolling down and hitting Pay Now. Of course, also on this right-hand side, I can see an order summary for exactly how much it's going to cost for all the tickets I've included. So I'll hit Pay Now and we'll proceed to the payment processor. On the screen, you'll be able to enter your credit card information and pay. I'm not going to do that in this example, but I wanted to be sure to show you the page so you could know that this was the page that you should end up at when processing payments on SOM Connect. You'd enter your credit card information, your email, etc., and hit continue to process your payment. And after doing so, you can successfully register for an event. You'll get some emails, one from SOM Connect, confirming your registration, and another containing payment processing information. I'm going to return to SOM Connect to the Events tab and just remind you that now that you've watched this video, you're ready to explore events on SOM Connect. And I hope you will find something interesting and relevant to you. There's a nice mixture of virtual and in-person events all over the world, and this is a great place to start. So head over to the Event tab and see if there's something you can find that you'd like to join. Thank you for learning about events on SOM Connect.